So I also wanted to know, you don't have any children of your own, do you? Are you being, a young entertainer, a dancer with that perfect body over there, are you thinking about becoming a mother? Do you feel like you're missing out on a piece of womanhood from not being a mother?
I'm kind of open to either one. Like, okay. I'm like,
so it's like, it's not like I hate kids, get that little crumb snatcher away from me.
If the creator said 2 years from now, pregnant, then I'm good with that.
Okay.
But if not, I'm good with that too.
That's good.
So
That's
I'm
good.
kind of open.
I love that you are just so like fluid.
Yeah.
I got new work. So while you were on the 4, I know that while you were giving the world all your greatness and smiling every day on stage and popping off those dope outfits, representing for the culture every single week, that when you went home, you were going through chemotherapy, right, and that you were battling breast cancer.
Right.
How is Sharaya J health-wise now?
Good, cancer-free.
Oh my God.
Cancer-free. And you know what? It was crazy because during the show, it was so funny because I was so focused and honed in to my next battle, right, what outfit I was going to wear, what record I was going to pick, how was I going to perform it, that I gave the cancer no energy. Woo! You know what I mean? Like, I did not focus on it. My one homegirl who was out there with me, she was like, girl, you used to be like, what cancer? Like, check my butt. Simultaneously, I was fine. I initially started, because I was living in Atlanta at the time, so I was flying home to Atlanta, having chemo, having back on the plane, getting back to LA.
I got you.
And performing the next day. My first battle that I did on television the night before, I just got back the night before from Atlanta doing chemo. And shout out to the 4 though, because they really took care of me. They got on the phone with my doctors here, and everybody was doing everything that I needed to make it an easier situation.
That is, shout out to the 4 for that, man, because
that's why I said I was
that's
grateful.
Rare.
That
is
so
a
grateful.
rarity.
Yeah.
And I hate to say this, but I've been in this business for over 20 years, and I've seen it all. And I know, especially when you're talking about talent and networks, it's all about numbers.
You better know.
It's about ratings. It's about money, and in their mind, they'll say, it's $1 million. We're not going to invest this much time, and
But that was the cool part.
That is awesome.
Because they didn't, like I said, they initially didn't even know I had cancer when they first gave me the seat. And then, because I auditioned with, I used to wear, because by that time my hair was gone, so I used to wear.
Oh my God, I hate to cut you off, but I just want to talk about that bald head. I'm sitting here looking at you right now with this high ponytail and all this baby hair and you flawless skin and all this. But who in the history of hip hop has ever rocked a bald head, not for a fashion statement necessarily, but made it a fashion statement?
People thought that that's what I was doing initially. They didn't even know
that. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, when I seen you, I got chills right now just talking about it. Like, this probably is going to be one of my favorite interviews of 2020, because to actually personally know you and to know what you're going through and to see you shining, smiling with his $1 million smile, looking fearless into the camera at millions and billions of people, fighting a battle that 90% of us don't even make it through.
Yeah, big facts.
Just throwing it all out there. Like, to me, there's still no rationality as how you able to win that show. It's never been done. You broke so many records, man. Just that show alone.
We did a longest seat holder in history of the show.
Wow.
And first female rap battle on network television ever. And
wow.
Yeah, that's why I said toward the end, and then at the end, I was going through my chemos, and at the end, the initial tumor that I got my diagnosis from had gone. By the end of the show. That was the announcement that they made at the end of the show. So
it gone, dissolved,
it went
away, with no surgery, no removal, it just disappeared.
Right, during the show that I started when I was doing my chemos, at the end I had an announcement. I remember I got on the phone with my doctors the day before, and I didn't think anybody heard it, but I was just talking to one of my producers, and I'm like, they told me last night that the tumor was gone. It helped.
Does that happen?
And I mean, that's the goal of the chemo. Is
Okay,
to try
so it's supposed to, okay.
Try to shrink the tumor because that's how I initially found it. And, but the goal, because to be honest, I'm like a real holistic girl. So when they initially was like chemo, and then I was like,
kind of suspect.
Raw diet, let's try to do some juicing, let me get some black seed oil. So I was trying it that way, but the tumor wasn't decreasing in size like I needed. So that's why I kind of just said, you know what? Let's try the chemo, and then the chemo worked. And so at the end of the show, when before they announced the winner, they announced, one of my producers came to me like, hey, is it okay if we share that news?
Oh,
and I'm like, yeah,
that sounds like a really caring staff that God placed around you, because I'm telling you,
they really,
I've heard horror stories from these shows. I have a lot of friends and family that's been on these shows, and the stories I hear do not always end like that.
And the producers,
they could care less.
And they
don't care about you at all.
Because the producers actually, once I told them about it, they gave me an option. They said, hey, listen, this is not something, you don't have to share this if you don't want to.
Right.
And so I appreciated that, because I just knew that as soon as they found out I was battling cancer, they was about to be like, all right, so now we got the story.
Yeah.
But they didn't know, and then when I told them, it was like, hey, it's your choice.
Or they could have said they didn't want to work with you at all.
Or they could have said
because honestly, working in film and stuff like that myself, I know the liabilities of having someone like that.
That's what I mean. They was on the phone with
show,
my doctors. They made sure that, and also during the show, what I didn't know was that my chemo, the type of chemo I was receiving, had affected my vocal cords. And so for two episodes, I couldn't speak because my right vocal cord had ruptured.
From the chemo?
From the chemo. And I had no clue. But
so how was you good?
Because the blessing was...
My throat hurt.
It did. I had no idea that was the thing. But I lost my voice, and then they took me to like the best throat doctor in LA.
The network did.
The network did. Hooked me up with their throat doctor. And when I went, he was like, do you know the type of chemo you're taking? Puncture. That's what's ruptured.
So they had to change the type of chemo you have.
So what they did was they linked me in with one of their doctors from LA. That's what kind of had me move there, because then I started getting treatment with some of their really good doctors in Sinai.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know what? Girl, I'm going to be honest with you. Your story, I'm so glad you sat down with me, and I hope that all of the viewers and listeners that's tuning in really got a more in-depth look into your life, who you are, how strong.
Thank you.
Because you are a strong black queen, sister, and I'm just so proud of you, and I'm praying for you. I'm praying for you that everything that you want to do, every thought, every idea, every goal that you have, that you reach and superseded, because I think that you have something special. I think that you are something special, and I think that what you're doing and how you're doing it and why you're doing it is something that is just special. It's just special.
I appreciate that.
I'm just so happy to have you. Well, thank you so much. I have so many more questions, and I know you're busy. I know you got so many things to do, but I just thank you for taking out your time, coming through to the Black History Month Cyphers for 2020.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Black History, and you just heard an exclusive interview here live at the Black History Month Cyphers. I Am Black History segment with Sharaya J. Y'all tune in, and where can everyone follow you, find out more about you, get new music?
Well, this year I'm actually really excited about 2020. I got some really great things on the horizon. But IG handle is Banji Raya. That's BANJIRAYA. Twitter Sharaya_J. Website SharayaJ.com. And I just ask for positivity. Yes. Send it my way, healing, love, because I got some good things in the bag for this year.